We're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. On the Broncos sideline, get a look at their head coach. These guys get to the point you start to hear whispers about perfection. They're 9-0. Across the field, head coach of the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. His side also occupying playoff position, so might be a rematch we see play out this postseason. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kate Scott, along with Brock Heward, kicker Cameron Dicker. Looks all set down there. And here we go on EA Sports. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that little W, picking up the win in that ball game.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Throwing now off the play action. He finds Josh Downs. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
He's able to drive that final about a yard. Luda Baker bringing that one to an end.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. Broncos bringing out an extra DB on 3rd down. Setting up to throw. The man in Neighbors has it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26.
First down.
Working on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Broncos.
They're going play action. Connecting again with Downs. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. Narvison tack on the extra point. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chargers 7, Broncos 0.
Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown on an incredible return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Broncos respond with 7 of their own and tie it here early. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Chargers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. He finds Neighbors right side. And no yak this time. They got on him quickly. Down to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Right back to Neighbors, and he's got it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At
the play fake. He'll throw. Cox, there's that rookie out of Florida State. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers break the tie here in the first. Going after up and good by Narvison. And the Chargers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
14,
Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Tommy Kill. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And they did get that win last week, but instead of being a player you win because of, this quarterback was a player they won in spite of a lot of issues taking care of the football that canceled out, really, the good he did on the field. He knows they were fortunate to get the dub. He carries some momentum into this week, and you know he wants to play better.
And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Another carry for him. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down, and they go right back to him. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Will Anderson on the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
To number 87. It's a gain.
1 quarter done, 3 to go in this battle of elite teams. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Taken in by Hill, right side. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. We've set it down from 37. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
And better luck next time for you. I feel for those running backs because that blitz was drawn up to hit him right in the mouth.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They'll try and punch it in. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. All right, here we go. Second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish up their opening drive. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. And it sure looks clean throwing. Football the last drive, didn't they? That's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up some more, while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's second down coming up. Dropping back to throw. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll air it out on third. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. First and 10 now from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. To the right, reeled in by Downs. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Jacobs running behind center. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment. First and 10 from the 43. To throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's another Chargers first down.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. This will get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Up down by Fred Warner.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play, a just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They've got a man in motion. Throwing on seconds. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Broncos take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right? That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
The Broncos and their running back about to get back to work. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw, swatted away by the defense. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's a big strike to Hill. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Olave, left side. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. New set of downs for him from the 31. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Completes this one to Hill. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and a big play follows.
Here's Mahomes. On the move, hit it right. He's running with it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Went way outside there, trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
The second down throw for Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Third down, Chargers have 6 DBs out there.
Third and long.
Here he goes, third and long. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for 1 play, and it's going to be a field goal try. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. So a field goal game at the half. Good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our trip around the NFL starts now. It begins in Kansas City. The Chiefs at home to take on the Raiders in the AFC West. And this is the running back. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Chiefs get the victory here. They win it by 10.
Narveson has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. The Broncos, and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in, week out. So first and 10 now from the 30. Start to the quick throw left, complete. Able to take this to about the 35. That's a gain of 5 on the play. 5 still to go here. This is second down.
Second and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Olave on the slant. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And dodge the tackle. It'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's Mahomes. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game.
Chargers 14. Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
19, Tiger, 19.
Motioning him from the slot right. Throwing off the play fake. Got a man downfield. This is Neighbors. Running down the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain. Now down inside the 15. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone on 1st. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backward. 2nd down coming up.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You know, they really love that Greg because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can have a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion or at a premium in this league.
The defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
When you get stuff like that on a 2nd down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a 1st down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
They've been kept out so far. Need to find a couple more yards here on 3rd and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
3 quarters in the books from this one. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Slot man in motion left.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers making a 4-point game here in the 4th. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the 4th.
Chargers 21.
Always set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Denver set to take the field on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. The response in order as they take over. into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Yellow. How's the blue lady?
The give now out of the shotgun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, hey, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score touchdowns. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick clears the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Now L.A. getting its offense all set to go. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. L.A. offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now the throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10.
He was defended by Christian Gonzalez.
I'll throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Let's go.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Got a man, and Neighbors has it. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
And the Chargers... down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Quick to the left, it's caught. Fighting his way through, but he lost the football. And the Broncos corral it. And he goes out of bounds as everyone turns to hear from our referee.
Receiver downfield.
So the penalty on the offense, Brock, and with that declined, the fumble and the recovery, you're going to stand.
I bet there was a little worry at first. You just feel it. Which way is this going to go? But fortunately, nothing to worry about. They take possession.
Now the punt return nearly didn't. The offense getting a chance to find the end zone here themselves. It's 1st and goal. Plowing up the middle. And they respond to the penalty with just a couple of yards there. They're still behind the sticks here on 2nd.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yellow. 180.
Here's another for him. And this time he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead off the turnover. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Chargers and Malik Neighbors set to go to work again. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
60 Bison.
Throwing now on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far. Second down now. They need 7.
20-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard.
He's going to throw it. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And no turnover here, but a massive loss on that play as he recovers his own fumble.
Brings up 3rd down and 17.
3rd and long for him here. Broncos all around him, and down he goes. Working quickly here.
An 8-yard loss. Brings up 4th down.
Desperation time here. Fits it through the middle. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
First down now, ball at the 33. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. Back to the line they come. 2nd down. To the air, Mahomes. Setting up the screen. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
To the air on 3rd and long. Put the body on the line for his team. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
2-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air and now 2 touchdowns on the ground, he's just been a difference maker.
Chargers 21. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
And it'll be blocked down along the 25-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Broncos ready to move to a perfect 10-0. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep them in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish them. Job well done.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He rolls to his right. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. Punty muted out now. Not much room, but he's still able to crush it. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Back to work after throwing the pick. To the right, wheeled in by Downs. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
At the 40-yard line.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Flowing from the gun here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
He was covered by
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They're going to pass it here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
A gain of 13 yards.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.